we believe this one basic truth, that cosmos is the length, breadth and depth of everything that has ever happened. It happens right now and will happen into the future. So none of us can ever fall outside that web of interconnection. This comes from my Zen Buddhist background, so we all belong, and that's the meaning of the work. We all belong. In about 2020, the director of the NGA commissioned me to make a sculpture to commemorate the 40th anniversary of the National Gallery of Australia. And he said, Lindy, we want you to be as ambitious as possible. Just think of the most impressive thing you can do. I started looking at symbols for eternity and infinity, and then I started to think about the snake that swallows its own tail, which is the Ouroboros, the eternal return. We're always coming back to this present moment. It's a universal symbol, so it felt right to be using something like that when I'm trying to make a sculpture that is about the inclusivity of everybody. It took 4 years of my life, but it took 2 years in the factory with over 200 people working on it. Well, it's 13 tonnes of recycled steel, 60,000 hours of work, 2 kilometres of welding. There are 45,000 plasma cut holes to create this canopy of stars for that connection to cosmos. She is so massive. It's the size of a small house. Well, it was a bit terrifying to think of my beautiful baby on a flatbed truck travelling nearly 2,000 k's down the centre of Australia. UAP took so much care. They really made sure to wrap her very tightly in a very soft cloth. And then this industrial glad wrap, just wrapped and wrapped and wrapped. And then what we termed as the Freddie Mercury fishnet stocking was over that. The toughest thing was just trying to get it out of the factory because it was bigger than any of the roller doors.
Game day here today. We're here to load the sculpture and get it out of the shed and put it on the trailer.
We actually had to create a hole in the wall to move the artwork out.
There's a lot of facets that go into a move like this. Very important that we get a lot of things right.
Rough dimensions, about 8 metres wide and about 7 metres long and about 4.5 metres high. We're now using 3 cranes to move the artwork out. As soon as we get to the edge of the building, we actually have to do a 90-degree turn to put on the back of the transportation truck.
There's a lot of issues doing high-risk manoeuvres with high-risk cargo, and this is definitely a high-risk cargo situation.
This artwork, including its stillage, is over 17 tonne that you're trying to move.
The biggest thing that can go wrong is swaying or even the potential of toppling.
It's dangerous work.
I am feeling so bloody excited. Look at how professional they are. It's all going so seamlessly. There's not been one hitch.
And what we're doing now is lifting the whole artwork. We will then reverse in the transportation vehicle. We literally slide underneath.
Now, we're very well known as being the A-team for moving big things, and we're absolutely pushing the boundaries of our transport envelope on this trip. So we want to make sure that we have our setup absolutely perfect to get this to come together. Liam's been with me over 10 years now. He's one of my star operators. It's his first time rolling out at 8 metres. You know, he's done some 6 and 7s before, but this will be a good test for him.
This is the most valuable thing that we've ever had to move. It's priceless. I just want to get it there in one piece, and as it went on the back of the truck, is how I want it to arrive.
I was hoping that I was allowed to follow it all the way, and I am. So, it's really exciting.
One of the biggest challenges of this move is actually getting out of the driveway and out of this first street. I've noticed that there is one car near the end of the street,
Yes.
which might pose a bit of an issue.
Okay. And do we think that we need a little bit more removed from the fence here? or
That fence is going to have to go right
we are
right
still
back.
going to... Okay, we'll
Yep.
try and get that organised.
Yep. Out through here, we'll be doing 3 to 5 kilometres per hour,
3 to 5 k's an hour.
just to get, until we get on the highway.
So we're going to take a long time just to get around the corner.
The first 5 kilometres, we'll probably do in an hour.
Kind of nervous about how it's going to travel all the way to Canberra, how long it's going to take. Fascinated by the fact that we have a stick guy to lift up the power lines as we're travelling. We have people leapfrogging all the way, taking out street signs and cutting down branches. You know, there are so many unknowns about this, and this is the first time I've ever done anything. It's so huge. I just hope the roads can take it.
Right, keep going, mate, you're right.
Tree on the right.
Start heading back to the centre of the road now, Liam. I need you to bring the load across to the centre. Keep an eye on that sign there on the left there, Shano.
Yeah, all over it, mate. Yeah, mate, just straight at that, mate, straight.
We can't turn left out of here, so we have to turn right onto the incorrect side.
Yes.
So we'll go down the incorrect side to the first opening in the traffic, and then we'll go through the intersection zigzag, and there's not going to be a lot of room there.
I'm going to go to the right, then back to the left.
Yep. It's 8.7 metres clearance, and we're 8.
Metre and a half on your left.
That's a good line at that, mate. Keep it coming.
If something really terrible happened on the way, I think I'd be really heartbroken. You know, what if there's a miscalculation there? And the miscalculation only has to be a centimetre.
Does that sign need to come out, Liam? Half an hour to do 800 metres. Liam, you've got no dramas. Look, open her up, mate. It's all clear through here. Just make sure you're dead centre.
The Ouroboros is travelling more than 1,500 kilometres from Brisbane to its new home in Canberra. Road permits and curfews mean it has to take the long way round. On the first leg, it heads west through the ranges and down the inland highways to Goondiwindi, just near the New South Wales border.
This is history in the making, you know. All the effort that Lindy Lee has gone to create this masterpiece, to be a part of that history is just surreal. Ouroboros to me is the symbol of infinity. It kind of symbolises the universe, you know. And it captures that to a T. Proud to be tasked with this journey.
The Ouroboros is looking pretty cool on the road. But Liam's going to have a bit of a challenge. We do have some interesting sort of parts to get through. Things that aren't fixed, you can cut, you can move, you can manoeuvre.
Now you've got 300 left.
You can cut a tree down, you can cut a street sign down. It's a bit hard to cut a bridge out of the way.
Keep watching on your right hand side, they keep coming.
It gets a bit narrow through the AMCO. Yeah, just a little bit worried with this width down low. You touch and go. If there is an issue or we do get too close to something, the transport frame protects the Ouroboros on our journey.
There's a lot of responsibility on the pilot escorts to manage traffic. There's a lot of responsibility on the police. So there's 2 police officers travelling with this load for the full duration. 50 k's out of Gundawindi and it's now just 5:10. We're now just getting a big stream of trucks. It's at that time when everyone's starting their day. We're trying to end it. We're very keen to get Gundawindi and go to bed. It's been a big night, you know. It's one of those things where you go from like days to nights, and you just can't sleep with you're anxious and you're nervous and you just want everything to go well without a hitch. And I can gladly say that day one has been a success.
Ever since I was little, I always struggled with this idea of belonging. I never felt quite that I belonged anywhere. But every time I look at this night sky, it gives me enormous comfort. Underneath all of this vastness, everything belongs. Every blade of grass, every tree, every animal, every bush, every human being, even me, everything belongs underneath this vastness. And in fact, we're intrinsic to it.